Don't know what to get for that special gamer in your life this holiday season? Hello and welcome back to the Dreamery. If you're new here, my name is Sunny, and today I'll be taking you through my list of over 100 games to help you out. All the games are sorted by the kind of games they like. I tried my best to include a wide variety of genres and prices. Just please make sure that you know what system they have before gifting, because it would suck to get them a great game, but they're not able to run it. If they like collecting resources to improve a town, like Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley, give them another town to invest in, like My Time at Sandrock, Coral Island, Binkham, Go-Go Town, Medieval Dynasty, and Fields of Mystria. In My Time at Sandrock, you play a builder who just moved to the desert community of Sandrock. You gather resources, construct machines, and turn your rundown workshop into a well-oiled production facility to save the town from economic ruin. Like in Stardew, there are romanceable characters, but the story has much more depth. Coral Island is a farming sim reminiscent of Stardew Valley, but it sets itself apart from the rest by letting you dive and explore the magical Merfolk kingdom. You can even farm underwater. The hangout system is cute, and there's a lot of romanceable characters, and yes, that does include the Merfolk. Binkham is a survival life simulation game set on an island inspired by the Australian outback. Farm, hunt, mine, fish, and forage to gather resources and expand your town. Go-Go Town is a city builder. You play as the mayor of a town where you're in charge of the layout, logistics optimization, population growth, while navigating the everyday chaos of infrastructure, worker management, and dynamic challenges to make your own dream town. In Medieval Dynasty, hunt, survive, build, and lead in the harsh Middle Ages. You start as a farmer or a hunter, but after you gain more experience, learn and hone your skills, you can become the head of a prospering town. Convince people to join your village, find your true love, and create a family, ensuring the continuity of your dynasty. Fields of Mystria is an adorable farming and life sim RPG with magic. It's up to you to restore the town to its former glory after an earthquake wreaks havoc and strange magic begins to flow through the land. Think Stardew Valley with a Sailor Moon aesthetic, and many more hot NPCs to romance. It's currently in early access. If they like multiplayer survival, sandbox adventure, and exploration games like Terraria, Minecraft, and Valheim, they'll love Enshrouded, Grounded, Ark, Palworld, Nightingale. And if they like adventure exploration games that are not as sandboxy, focuses on base building, and are great to play together, consider Abiotic Factor, Satisfactory, and V-Rising. Gather NPCs, pets, and beautifully detailed homes for all of them in Enshrouded. The map in this vast world is not procedurally generated, so it's filled with secrets and interesting, unique locations. Survive the corrupting fog alone, or with up to 16 friends. The world is a vast, beautiful, and dangerous place, especially when you've been shrunk to the size of an ant. In Grounded, find out if you can thrive alongside the hordes of giant insects and survive the perils of the backyard. If they're looking for more whimsy, turn to Nightingale, an other open-world survival crafting game where you'll adventure across the mysterious and dangerous Fey realms by opening portals. The realms you generate depend on the realm cards you play. Even the minor ones can have interesting effects. If dinosaurs or mythological creatures are their jam, Ark has plenty of both. Progress from simple tools to advanced technology by taming and breeding all sorts of incredible creatures and fighting your way to the top of the food chain. If they have ever wondered what Pokemon would be like if it were a survival crafting game, or if Pokemon could have guns, look no further than Palworld. Fight, farm, build, and work alongside mysterious creatures called pals. Caught between paranormal containment failure, a military crusade, and chaos from a dozen realms, in Abiotic Factor, you explore an underground research facility with up to 5 other players. Best experience without spoilers, enjoy the story and exploration, collect furniture, and build your base anywhere. Are they more into efficiency and automation? Satisfactory, an open-world factory building game with a dash of exploration and combat, is so addictive it comes with in-game warnings for each consecutive hour you play. Play alone or with friends, explore an alien planet, create multi-story factories, and enter conveyor belt heaven. Is your friend more into vampires? V-Rising lets you play as one. Compete against, or team up together with your friends, construct beautiful castles, hunt for blood in nearby settlements to regain your strength, take on boss fights, and evade the scorching sun to survive. If they like low stakes, high replayability games they can play with friends like Repo or Peaked, then they'll want to check out Played Up, Human Fall Flat, Among Us, Golf with Friends, Tabletop Simulator, and Overcooked, with an honorable mention to Jackbox Party Packs. Assemble your team of chefs in classic couch co-op or online play for up to 4 players in Overcooked 2. There are many levels to master your cooperative, chaotic cooking action in. Would they prefer more control over the kitchen layout than Overcooked? In Played Up, you can also cook and serve your dishes, but with the freedom to design and decorate your restaurants, and expand it with new unlocks, abilities, and dishes in procedurally generated locations. Classic cooking action with permanent roguelite progression. Hire your friends or do it all yourself. Human Fall Flat is a silly, lighthearted 3D platformer you can take on levels solo or with up to 8 players. Master climbing techniques or find secrets to make it to the end. Among Us is a party game of teamwork and betrayal for 4 to 15 players in space. Repair a spaceship while there are imposters among you. Try to use social deduction and convince others to vote out the imposters before they kill you. Why have friends if not to play golf with your friends? Take on mini golf courses simultaneously with up to 12 players. Customize your settings to be able to jump around or get in each other's way. Are you far away from each other in real life but love board games? Make your own online board games or play the thousands of community-created mods. In Tabletop Simulator, anything is possible. Even flipping the table in aggression after losing. If they like management games like Discounty and Spiritfarer, whether it's managing their own business or an entire city, let their control freak flag fly with games like Stacklands, Bookbound, Sticky Business, Dungeons 4, and Fabledom. Stacklands is a card game-based village builder where you stack cards to collect food, build structures, and fight creatures. Try to keep your growing amount of cards organized and progress by unlocking new card packs. Bookbound is a cozy bookshop simulation game where you can use a wide range of items to decorate your shop. Pick the books you would like to sell, help customers find the books that they want most, and sell books in different genres. In Sticky Business, you can experience what it's like to own a cozy, small sticker business. Create stickers, pack orders, and hear your customers' stories. If they like taking their time and being creative, this game is a great gift option. They even have a few cute expansion packs if they already have the game. Tired of playing the good guys and raiding dungeons together in action RPGs? Why not switch the roles? Dungeons 4 lets you play as the villain, build a dungeon, and keep it defended from heroes in this strategic management simulation game. Fabledom is a laid-back city builder set in a wholesome fairy tale world. Enjoy the growth of your settlement, interact with your neighbors, and defend your kingdom from magical creatures. Find true love and live happily ever after. If they like games that let you build and manage entire cities, this one's for them. If they love a game with a good story, like Life is Strange and Firewatch, then consider getting them Road 96, Dreamfall Chapters, Lost Records Bloom and Rage, What Remains of Edith Finch, Oxenfree, Disco Elysium, Locomotive, and This Bed We Made. In Road 96, it's the summer of 1996, and you must hitchhike your way to freedom to escape an oppressive government. On this risky road trip to the border, you'll meet incredible characters, discover their intertwined stories and secrets in an ever-evolving adventure. Your decisions will change your adventure, change the people you meet, and maybe even change the world. Dreamfall Chapters is a standalone story in the Longest Journey saga. This narrative third-person 3D adventure is set in the twin worlds of science and magic, Stark and Arcadia, mixing dystopian cyberpunk sci-fi with magical fantasy. You play as Zoe Castillo, a young woman seeking answers to her own identity, and Kian Alvain, a disgraced apostle and assassin seeking redemption, and Saga, a mysterious child trapped in a house between worlds. This game is so underrated and one of my personal favorites. In Lost Records Bloom and Rage, you play as Swan in the summer of 1995 when you film the memories you create with your friends. And 27 years later, when you confront the dark secrets that made you all promise to never speak again after that faithful summer. This game was particularly important to me as a queer gamer and helped heal my inner child. By the studios that made Life is Strange and Before the Storm, if they played any of those games I just mentioned, will want to pick this one up for them. In this first-person exploration game, What Remains of Edith Finch is a collection of strange tales about a family in Washington state. Play as Edith, where you'll explore the colossal Finch house, searching for stories as she explores her family history and tries to figure out why she's the last one in her family left alive. This game has some pretty heavy themes, so please make sure to check out the content warnings before gifting this one. Oxenfree is a supernatural thriller about a group of friends who unintentionally open a ghost rift. You're Alex, and you've just brought your new stepbrother Jonas to an overnight island party gone horribly wrong. If they like shorter games with fast-paced dialogue choices and psychological horror, this is the one to get. Still in the narrative games category, here are a few more options if they like mystery games where they can play through the story by finding clues and solving puzzles. Disco Elysium is an RPG where you play as a detective with a unique skill system and a whole city to carve your path across. Interrogate unforgettable characters, crack murders, or take bribes. Choose if you become a hero or an absolute disaster of a human being. If they like more comedic takes on murder mysteries, look no further than Locomotive. There's been a murder aboard the Ruse Express, and you're the suspects. Prove your innocence in this comedic point-and-click murder mystery. This Bed We Made is a third-person mystery game where you play as a maid in a 1950s hotel and snoop around in strangers' rooms to uncover their deadly secrets. If atmospheric film noir games are their thing, This Bed We Made won't disappoint. If narrative games with heavy amounts of strategy is more their thing, think games like Baldur's Gate 3, consider games like Divinity Original Sin, the first and second game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Fire Emblem Three Houses, and/or Fire Emblem Engage, Wildermyth, Persona 5 Royale, Metaphor ReFantasio, and Bloomtown: A Different Story. By the studio that brought you Baldur's Gate 3, the Divinity Original Sin series lets you gather your party and discuss your decisions with your companions, fight foes in turn-based combat, explore an open world, and interact with everything and everyone you see. You don't need to play the first game to play the second one, so feel free to pick whichever one you think they'd prefer. If they're a diehard fan of Baldur's Gate 3 for everything but the romance, this is a great pick. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is a story-rich, turn-based RPG with real-time mechanics set in a world inspired by La Belle Époque, France. You lead the members of Expedition 33 on their quest to destroy the paintress so that she can never paint death again. Now technically, this is two games within the same franchise, but I couldn't pick between Fire Emblem Three Houses and Fire Emblem Engage, so I'll let you decide. In Fire Emblem Three Houses, you're invited to teach one of its three mighty houses, each comprised of students brimming with personality and represented by a royal from one of three territories. As their professor, you must lead your students in their academic lives and in turn-based tactical RPG battles, wrought with strategic new twists to overcome. In Fire Emblem Engage, you awaken as the Divine Dragon 1,000 years after the war against the Fell Dragon, when four kingdoms work together with heroes from other worlds to seal away this great evil. This seal is now weakened, and the Fell Dragon is about to reawaken. Use strategies and customize your team to collect 12 emblem rings, and bring peace back to the continent of Elios. If they know the Fire Emblem series, they'll love Engage, since it brings back a lot of characters from the old games. Wildermyth is a party-based, character-driven, procedurally generated tactical RPG, where tactical combat and story decisions will alter your world and reshape your cast of characters. If they're a tabletop RPG fan, Wildermyth is a great option for them. Persona 5 Royale is a JRPG where you play as a high school student known by the codename Joker, who transfers to a new school after being put on probation. He must save others from distorted desires by donning the mask of a phantom thief. After his assassination, the will of the late king decrees the next monarch to be elected by the people. In Metaphor ReFantasio, forge bonds and win over a kingdom divided in this fantasy RPG with turn-based and action combat, party customization with powerful archetypes, and hours of exploration. Bloomtown: A Different Story is a narrative JRPG mixing turn-based combat, monster taming, and social RPG set in a seemingly pleasant 1960s Americana world. Join Emily and her group of friends to save their cozy town from the demonic creatures that live in the hearts of its residents. The game really reminds me of the first season of Stranger Things, just a bunch of kids doomed to be the ones to save the world from a nightmarish underworld. If they like action RPGs like Fable or the Fallout franchise, then you should consider getting them. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen or Dragon's Dogma 2, Risen 3, Borderlands 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, The Outer Worlds 2, and South of Midnight. This is technically 2 games in one recommendation, but I don't think you can go wrong with either Dragon's Dogma game. Dragon's Dogma is a narrative-driven action RPG where players embark on an epic adventure in a rich, living world with 3 AI companions known as pawns. They fight independently, showing skills and abilities that they've developed based on traits learned from each player. Dragon Dogma 2 challenges the player to choose their own experience. From the appearance of their Arisen, their vocation, their party, how they approach different situations in an immersive fantasy world. Though it is technically a sequel to the first game, you don't need to have played the first one beforehand. In Risen 3, the world has been abandoned by its gods and is scarred from the rampage of the Titans. Humanity is struggling to regain strength. You, however, have more pressing concerns. Your own life has been shattered, and you must set off to reclaim what is lost amidst the darkness spreading through the world. If shooting and looting is their thing, look no further than Borderlands 2. You play as one of 4 vault hunters facing off in a massive world of creatures, psychos, and the evil mastermind, Handsome Jack. Make new friends, arm them with a bazillion weapons, and fight alongside them in 4-player co-op on a quest for revenge and redemption across the undiscovered and unpredictable living planet. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is a JRPG where you play as Cloud Strife, an ex-soldier operative, as he descends on the Mako-powered city of Midgar. This is the reimagining of the original from 1997, with updated graphics, a new battle system, and an additional adventure. In The Outer Worlds 2, you play as an Earth Directorate agent, and you must uncover the source of devastating rifts threatening to destroy all of humanity. Your investigation leads to Arcadia, home of skip drive technology, where the fate of the colony and ultimately the entire galaxy rests on your decisions. Build your character with the abilities and choices that reflect your playstyle. The colony reacts to your every move, so if they like crafting a narrative that's their own, and a game that lets them choose to be a disciple of diplomacy, an astute strategist, a crusader for chaos, or something different altogether, get them this one. In South of Midnight, you play as Hazel as you explore the mythos and encounter creatures from southern folklore in a macabre and fantastical world. When disaster strikes her hometown, Hazel is called to become a weaver, a magical mender of broken bonds and spirits. Imbued with these new abilities, Hazel will confront and subdue dangerous creatures, untangle the webs of her own family's shared past, and if she's lucky, find her way to a place that feels like home. If they enjoy turn-based, procedurally generated dungeon crawler roguelikes, namely Hades, or roguelites like Cult of the Lamb, they'll love grindy games like Crypt of the Necrodancer, Mega Bonk, Moonlighter, Balatro, Slay the Spire, and Dungeon Crawler. Crypt of the Necrodancer is a hardcore, roguelike rhythm game. Move to the music and deliver beatdowns to the beat. You can either play to the epic Danny Baranowski soundtrack or select songs from your own MP3 collection. Megabonk is a roguelike survival game where you smash your way through endless waves of enemies and grow absurdly powerful. Grab loot, level up, unlock characters, and upgrade to create unique and crazy builds as you fend off hordes of creatures. Moonlighter is an action RPG with roguelite elements, where you dungeon crawl for items to sell, manage your shop, meet villagers, and craft and enchant equipment. This is the game for their inner loot goblin to go wild. Balatro is a hypnotically satisfying deck builder poker roguelike, where you play illegal poker hands, discover game-changing jokers, and trigger adrenaline-pumping, outrageous combos. Slay the Spire fuses card games and roguelikes together to make a single-player deck builder. Craft a unique deck, encounter bizarre creatures, discover relics of immense power, and slay the Spire. Dungeon Crawler is a roguelike claw machine deck builder. Build your deck, grab weapons and items from the claw machine to battle enemies, discover powerful perks that create game-changing synergies, and unleash crazy combos as you fight your way through the dungeon. If they can't get enough of cozy games and love ones like Night in the Woods, they'll love Witchwood, Tiny Glade, Winter Burrow, Trash Goblin, Out and About, Craft, Fantasy Merchant Simulator, and Wanderstop. Witchwood is an adventure crafting game set in a land of gothic fables and fairy tales. As the old witch of the woods, explore a strange countryside, collect magic ingredients through sorcerer's spells, and pass judgment upon a capricious cast of characters. Tinyglade is a small diorama cozy builder where you doodle whimsical castles, cozy cottages, and romantic ruins. Explore gridless building chemistry as the game adorns your glades with procedural detail. There's no management, combat, or goals, so this game is great if they want to unwind and just build. Winter Burrow is a cozy woodland survival game about a mouse returning home to restore their childhood burrow. Explore, gather resources, craft, knit warm sweaters, bake pies, and meet the locals. Customize your character, decorate your burrow, and choose a path that fits your playstyle. This is a story that you get to play at your own pace. Trash Goblin is a wholesome, cozy shopkeeping game with no pressures and no stress. Uncover and clean trinkets, then upcycle them to sell to endless colorful and quirky customers. Spend your savings to upgrade your shop, buy better tools, plus expand and customize your space. Out and About is a cozy foraging adventure about the magic of real-life plants. Identify and gather wild plants and fungi, cook tasty recipes, master herbal remedies, and rebuild your community after a devastating storm. In Craft Fantasy Merchant Simulator, customize your fantasy character and play as an elf, a moth, or even a cat, and become a jeweler or a smith. This narrative-heavy RPG sim lets you express your creativity in your cozy crafting studio as you change the lives of the locals in the mysterious port town of Windspell. Wanderstop is a narrative-centric game about change and tea. Playing as a fallen fighter named Alta, you'll manage a tea shop within a magical forest and tend to the customers who pass through. But Alta does not want to be there, and if she gets her way, the tea shop will be nothing but a brief and painful memory. If they like environmental puzzles and exploration similar to games like Stray, then get them head-scratchers like Blueprints, Tunic, and Dungeons of Hinterberg. In Blueprints, you've arrived at Mount Holly. Navigate through shifting corridors and ever-changing chambers. This game is perfect for gamers who like to focus more on strategy and solving puzzles rather than intense narrative experience. Tunic is an isometric action game about a small fox on a big adventure. Explore a land filled with lost legends, ancient powers, and ferocious monsters. Stranded in a ruined land and armed with only your curiosity, you confront colossal beasts, collect strange and powerful items, and unravel long-lost secrets. In Dungeons of Hinterberg, you play as Louisa, and escape from corporate life to go on a dungeon-exploring vacation. However, you soon discover that not everything is as it seems. Discover the magic and lore of the Alps in this action-adventure exploration game. Forge relationships with locals to help you solve puzzles, battle monsters, and uncover secrets of the legendary Dungeons of Hinterberg. If visual novels are more their thing, I have options for you with and without romance. If they don't want romance, you should get them Tavern Talk, Steins Gate, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. And if they love a bit or a lot of romance, get them Date Everything, Dream Daddy, a dad dating simulator, Arcadia Fallen, any of the Monster Prom games, Love at the Milky Way Diner, and Pio Fiore, Faded Memories. Tavern Talk is a cozy visual novel about running a tavern in a D&D inspired fantasy. Gather rumors, serve magical drinks, and meet adventurers on a life-changing quest. There's no tavern management and no economy, just casual drink mixing, quest building, amazing characters, and lots of story. Steins Gate is a time travel, science fiction, interactive visual novel that follows a ragtag band of tech-savvy young students who discover the means of changing the past via mail using a modified microwave. Their experiments into how far they can go with their discovery begins to spiral out of control as they become entangled in a conspiracy surrounding the organization CERN and John Titor, who claims to be from a dystopian future. With storytelling inspired by legal dramas, become Phoenix Wright in Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, and experience the thrill of battle as you fight to save your innocent clients in a court of law. This collection lets you play all 14 episodes spanning the first 3 games. Date Everything is a sandbox dating simulator set in the comfort of your own home, featuring 100 fully voice-acted dateable characters. Each dateable object will open up, have their own stories, and potentially become your lovers, friends, or enemies. This game has an exhaustive who's who of voice actors to keep you engaged. Dream Daddy, a dad dating simulator, is a game where you play as a dad and your goal is to meet and romance other hot dads. You and your daughter just moved into the sleepy seaside town of Maple Bay, only to discover that everyone in your neighborhood is a single, dateable dad. This game is very silly with a bunch of minigames, side quests, and a variety of paths and endings. Arcadia Fallen is a role-playing visual novel where your choices shape your character's personality. You play as a young alchemist apprentice who gets bound to an illegal spirit and thrown into a war between magic and humanity. Along the way, you meet a cast of lovable characters and decide how your character reacts to everything, whether they're shy, bold, sarcastic, or something else entirely. Monster Prom is a dating sim series with 4 games. The mechanics are similar in all the games, so I'd suggest getting them whichever setting they prefer. Go through absurd and funny situations, raise your stats, and seduce whoever you want from the cast of attractive monsters. Monster Prom is set 3 weeks before prom. Monster Prom 2 is set at a summer camp. The 3rd game is a little different, as a narrative survival adventure where you can still romance the monsters while you're on a road trip. And last but not least, Monster Prom 4 is set at a convention, perfect for any nerd. Love at the Milky Way Diner is an inclusive, cozy, sci-fi cooking dating sim about making friends, finding love, and running a diner in deep space. 200 years after first contact, humanity is still trying to find their place in the galaxy full of far more advanced and established species. After being laid off from your corporate job on Mars, you learn your distant aunt, Cassiopeia, has passed away suddenly, and she would like you to take over her restaurant on a distant deep space station. This game is being released in early access on December 11th. Io Fiore, Faded Memories, is an otome game set in 1920s Italy. You play as Liliana, who was born and raised in the church in the center of the Italian town of Bologna. 3 criminal organizations control parts of the city, and Lily discovers that she is literally in the center of their turf wars. If they enjoy darker themes in their dating sims, Io Fiore has morally great love interests, a shadowy world of crime families, and multiple endings. And if you still don't know what to get them after all those games, you cannot go wrong with an older big game that deserves their hype. They go on sale frequently and steeply, which is a great plus. These games make great additions to any gaming library. The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. After escaping execution, the last living dragonborn must grow in strength and power to defeat the dragons that have once again begun to plague the land of Skyrim. Witcher 3. You are Geralt of Rivia, mercenary monster slayer. Before you stands a war-torn, monster-infested continent you can explore at will. Your current contract? Tracking down Ciri, the Child of Prophecy, a living weapon that can alter the shape of the world. Red Dead Redemption 2. Arthur Morgan and the von der Linde gang are outlaws on the run. With federal agents and bounty hunters massing on their heels, the gang must rob, steal, and fight their way across the rugged heartland in order to survive. Elden Ring. Rise, tarnished, and be guided by grace to brandish the power of the Elden Ring and become an Elden Lord in the Lands Between. The Lands Between are part of a vast continent where magnificent open fields and huge dungeons with complex and 3-dimensional designs are seamlessly connected. As you explore, the joy of discovering unknown and overwhelming threats awaits you. Mastery of the terrain and knowledge of its secrets can help you overcome enemies and defeat formidable bosses or lead invading players into traps. The Last of Us. In a hostile, post-pandemic world, Joel and Ellie, brought together by desperate circumstances, must rely on each other to survive a brutal journey across what remains of the United States. Horizon Zero Dawn. Experience Aloy's entire legendary quest to unravel the mysteries of a world ruled by deadly machines. An outcast from her tribe, the young hunter fights to uncover her past, discover her destiny, and stop a catastrophic threat to the future. Unleash devastating tactical attacks against unique machines and rival tribes as you explore an open world filled with wildlife and danger. Cyberpunk 2077 is an open-world action-adventure RPG set in the dark future of Night City. a dangerous megalopolis obsessed with power, glamour, and ceaseless body modifications. Kingdom Come Deliverance is a story-driven, open-world RPG that immerses you in an epic adventure in the Holy Roman Empire. Avenge your parents' death as you battle invading forces, go on game-changing quests, and make influential choices. Explore castles, forests, villages, and other realistic settings in medieval Bohemia. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. In this action-adventure game, set sail for ancient Greece to alter its fate. Fight in visceral battles on land and sea, shape your destiny from outcast to legend, and uncover secrets of your past. GTA 5. When a young street hustler, a retired bank robber, and a terrifying psychopath find themselves entangled with some of the most frightening and deranged elements of the criminal underworld, the US government, and the entertainment industry, they must pull off a series of dangerous heists to survive in a ruthless city in which they can trust nobody, least of all each other. Undertale. In this RPG, you don't have to destroy anyone. You control a human who falls underground into the world of monsters. Now, you must find your way out, or stay trapped forever. Civ 6. Expand your empire, advance your culture, and go head-to-head against history's greatest leaders. Will your civilization stand the test of time? Portal. Set in the mysterious Aperture Science Laboratories, players must solve physical puzzles and challenges by opening portals to maneuvering objects and themselves through space. The game is designed to change the way players approach, manipulate, and surmise the possibilities in a given environment. The Stanley Parable is a first-person exploration game. You will play as Stanley, and you will not play as Stanley. You will follow a story, you will not follow a story. You will have a choice, you will have no choice. The game will end, the game will never end. Thank you for watching my Ultimate Game Gift Guide. I hope this helped you out this holiday season. There are so many more amazing games, and this is by no means a comprehensive list, so if you have any suggestions, I would love to see them in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.